Okay guys, I'm going to explain you the connections on a breadboard. Okay. First let us understand how a breadboard works. Well, breadboard is nothing but a mounting device where you can mount your circuits, test it, prototype it that is, and then you can mount it on a PCB. Okay. Now you see this row here. See, when I click here, the whole row lights up. That means it is internally connected with each other. It is also called as shorted. Okay, when things are connected with each other we say it is shorted. Now if I click on this, what will happen? Yeah, you're right, it will light up. The whole row lights up. That means all are connected. Okay, when I click here, this lights up. When I click here, this row lights up. And you see these vertical lines here. When I click here to here, this uh, column lights up. Okay, similarly here, here and everywhere. The breadboard can be divided into two parts. The upper half, which you saw just now. Similarly, the lower half. It is, you can say, a mirror image along this line. So, just like here, when I click, this column lights up. In the same way, when I click here, this whole column lights up. That means this whole column is internally connected or internally shorted. Now, for this horizontal rows, what will happen? Yeah, you guessed it right. When I click, the whole row lights up. That means the whole row is internally shorted. Similarly for this. Now what will happen if I connect these two rows with each other? See, I connected them with a wire. Now what will happen if I click anywhere? See, now both the rows have lit up. That means they are all connected with each other. Okay, you saw it? Yeah. Now similarly, if I connect this with this, what will happen? When I click here, this whole column from here till here and from here till here, it all lights up. That means they have been shorted now. The next big thing which I'm going to tell you is series and parallel connections. You will use it at many places and it's very necessary to understand what a series connection and what are parallel connections. So let us take some resistors. Okay, see, I take this resistor, I put it here. Now take another resistor, I put it here. I take another resistor, I put it say here. Okay, I shift this up a bit up, and I take another resistor, put it here. Yeah, that will do. Now what you see, this thing that has been formed, this pattern, this is what I call as series connection. Why series connection? Because when I take a wire, suppose this red wire, which is the positive of a battery, this is the battery, a battery which I'm showing here. Okay, this is the positive, the black represents negative. If I take this positive part, keep it here, okay, connect it here, you can say, and take this negative end and connect it here, what will happen is current from this positive part will come till here, and then it will go through the resistor from this end till this end, and then it will go to this resistor from this end till this end, and then it will go to this resistor R3, you can see it, and then it will go to this resistor R4, and then what will happen is current will go to the other end and it will search that whether the loop has ended. So it will search for the negative terminal. Positive terminal current is coming, and now it will search for the negative terminal. So it finds that negative terminal is here. Okay, now it goes and the connections get completed. See, current from comes from here, goes from this and then back. That means the loop has been completed and current will flow. Okay, this is what I call as series connection. One end is connected to the, let us say if I call this R1 and A and B and C and D. So A is connected to the battery, that's good. B is connected to C terminal of another resistor, that one end connected to the second end of another resistor. Then the third end, let's say D end, is connected to E end of another resistor. Okay, you can say it goes side by side, okay, series by series, where one ends the other starts. This is what I called as series connection. Okay, so suppose you have to find out the whole resistance. So what you will do, that the equivalent resistance or the total resistance of the circuit, okay, the total resistance of this circuit is equal to sum of individual resistances. That means total resistance, let's say R, it will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. I'll show you. See here, series combination. R, that is equivalent resistance or total resistance you can call it, is equal to R1 first resistance plus second resistance R2 plus R3 third resistance up till Rn. Suppose you have n number of resistors, then you can add them and you will get the total resistance of the combination. Okay. One thing to note here is the current is constant across the resistors in series combination. Okay. So same current flows through this combination, this whole loop. For example, if I say 10 milliamperes of current is provided by this battery. Suppose it is of 9 volt and it provides a current of 10 amperes, 10 milliamperes. So the current across each resistor will be same. That is 10 milliamperes here, 10 here, 10 here and 10 here. Okay. But the voltage across each resistor is different. Okay, voltage across R1 will be something, voltage across R2 will be some other thing, across R3 will be different, across R4 will be different. Okay, and the total voltage of the combination will be equal to the provided voltage. So suppose if you are providing 10 volts, okay, and let us say that all resistors are same, and suppose 2.5 volt is present across each resistor. Okay, so 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5, that will be equal to 5 plus 5. Okay, that is 10 volts. So total voltage will be same as the provided voltage. See here, V is equal to IR. Voltage across individual resistor is given by the formula V is equal to IR. So suppose you want to check the voltage across R1 resistor, what you will do, voltage across R1 resistor V1 is equal to current, that will be anything, let I assume 10 milliamperes, into the resistance of the resistor I into R1. Okay, for if you want to check the voltage across the second resistor for V2, it will be equal to I into R2, and similarly for other resistors. I hope you understand what is series combination. Let us move on to parallel combination. Okay, let me take this aside for some time. Okay, and this two shifts up. Okay, in parallel combination what happens is you connect the resistors like this. Okay, you see these three resistors. What happens is this end is connected directly to the other end, and the other end of the resistor is connected to the other end of another resistor. Now let us name again. Suppose this is end A of this resistor. Okay, this first resistor, end A, end B, end C, end D, end E, end F. So A will be connected to C and C will be connected to E, and B will be connected to D and D will be connected to F. So how does the loop get completed? Okay, you take this positive end, put it here. You take this negative end, oops. Okay, you take this negative end, you put it here. See, current will go come from this positive terminal. It will go through this, this and this, and then back. Let me put it here, you will understand it better. Okay, current comes from here, here and goes back. The loop gets completed. Now the total resistance of the circuit is given as 1 by R. Okay, this is the formula that we use to calculate 1 by R, that is R is total resistance, is equal to 1 by R1 first resistance, 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 up to 1 by Rn. Okay, from this formula you can get the total resistance of the combination. The main thing here is voltage across each resistor in parallel combination is constant. Voltage is constant. The current is different. Okay, the current is given by the formula I is equal to V by R. So suppose you want to calculate, oops, I made a mistake here. If you want to calculate the resistance across current across the first, if you want to calculate the current across first resistor, so you will use the formula I1 is equal to V by R1. Okay, I1 current is equal to voltage upon the resistance. Suppose you want to check the current across second resistor, I2 will be equal to V by R2. Okay, I hope you get what are series and parallel combinations. Let us now revise it quickly using some LEDs. Okay, LEDs will glow up. Let's check if they glow. So what I'll do is take this LED, put it here. You see this end. Okay, this is the negative end or the cathode, and this the LED which has a slight bend in its leg. This is the anode part or the positive part. Okay, so what I'll do is I connect this here and take the positive end, connect it here somewhere. You can do that. Now take another LED. Okay, take its negative end and connect it into the same line. Okay, and the positive end here, let it be. Take another LED, connect its negative leg here in this whole row. It is all shorted, I told you, and then keep the positive end here. So how the series connection will work, you have to take the negative end and put it here. Why here? Because the negative leg of LED is connected in this column. Okay, so you put the negative terminal here, take the positive terminal and connect it here. Okay, what will happen? Current will come from here, it will go here and it goes to positive terminal of the LED, and then it will pass on to the negative terminal. Then it will go to the positive terminal of another LED, go to negative terminal. It will go to the positive terminal of third LED, and then it will go to the negative terminal, and then it will find the loop has ended because it finds the black wire. Okay, so the loop gets ended and all the three LEDs will light up. Now suppose if I remove one LED from here, okay, suppose I remove this LED, will the circuit work? No, it won't. Why? Because current will come from here, go to the positive terminal, then go to the negative terminal, and then it will find that there's no black wire or the black wire is missing. So loop won't get completed. Okay, so none of the LEDs will light up. Now this was a series combination. I hope you got that, because one end is connected to the other end series by series or side by side. For parallel combination, what you will have to do is connect it like this. Let me change its leg. See, all the negative terminals are interconnected. All the positive terminals are interconnected. You just take the red wire, connect it here, and look, it has been connected. So all the three LEDs will light up again. Why? Current will come from the positive terminal, go to the positive terminal of these, go to the negative terminal, and it will find the black wire. That means the loop has ended. Okay. Now suppose I remove one of the LEDs from here. Will the circuit work? Yes, it will definitely work. Why is that so? Because you remember I have put a LED in the back side on the same line as this one. Okay, so that means current will still flow from this end to this, to the anode of this LED, and then it will go to this side and it will again flow. See, all are connected. Okay, so that means in parallel combination, if you remove one LED from in between, this circuit will still work. Okay, now I hope you got the series and parallel combination thing. If you have any query, you can ask in the forum below. Thank you.